Alright, Jack. Alright, everyone. Alright, everyone. Got Jack and Danny.
Lips on the mics.
Oh yeah, Jack, Danny, John. Here we are in the florrie, and I'm here, David Neville King. And here we are to discuss some subjects that John's got over there on a little piece of paper that he's going to ask us now. So God knows what we're going to be talking about, but I'm very excited about it. Alright, here we go.
There's a new face for us anyway, because everyone who watches us week in, week out will know there's a new guy in town. Anthony hasn't lost his hair. Anthony hasn't learned how to play the guitar. It's David Neville King.
Welcome. Alright guys.
He's probably heard some of his music on the side with what we've done over the years and stuff like that. So we always push David's music as much as we can.
Yeah, that's it mate, isn't it?
But these two, first time meeting them, so I guarantee by the end of the night they'll be pissed themselves laughing, so they had Jack bent over.
That's a different story.
Just laughing.
Well, later on in the show.
You pulled me in here for this.
For this shit, lad. This is what's going down. So, yeah, so it's what's been going on, what's happening, where we going, what are we saying?
It's fucking hot.
It's hot. We'll go to the weather then.
Yeah, it's very hot, and we've just been chatting about Face App.
Face App.
Face App, yeah.
Because people can just get a picture of you from ages ago and stick hair on you. It's quite offensive.
You sound dead old when you're explaining this app. It's like me and Han trying to do a follow through on a fucking PS4 or something like that, you know what I mean?
Oh mate, I'm not computer lit, let's put it that way, but yeah, when you see yourself with hair and all that, it's shocking. But I suppose that's what the app's meant to be doing, isn't it?
How long's it been, David? How long has it been since your last fringe?
Must be going on a good 10 years now, mate. Yeah.
And how did you feel losing your hair? Because I'm on my way.
I was going to say like you're clinging on.
Oh, that's why I'm asking.
It wasn't a big shock like overnight thing. It was like it just went. It just receded over the months and years. You know what I mean?
I was in denial. I was telling me
lad, you're alright. You've got a fucking hairline.
Yeah, but no, when it grows, I've got a big egg in the nest there.
I can see that's I was in
Dan. I was in denial for years. It's like, nah, it's not. It's fine. Just leave me alone. It's alright. And now I have to start skinning it every couple of weeks.
That's why I've got a fucking heavy comb over. I've been fucking referred to as Bobby Charlton and I've had Hitler.
That was heavy.
Lad, I've got a picture. I can't go much of a muzzy.
It was heavy. It was Where's this going to? This going.
But yeah, I had a bit of a muzzy, but like it doesn't grow as you can see there. I'm fucking not flush with facial hair, and I'd been fucking legging it to get my bus pass, and I'd lost my pass. I just paid 800 quid, so we had to go in and get a new pass and pay 50 quid to get a replacement. And I had to get a fucking photo done while I was in there, so I wasn't anticipating it, lad. And I had a fucking head like a wet nappy.
Instantly regret.
Oh, mate, and then I thought that's got to follow me now for the next 12 months. So once these picked up on it and work, mate, fucking hell, mate, do a goose stepping around the office.
I think our kid still got that photo on his phone, lad.
Possibly.
I'm gonna find it and
possibly.
post it. Oh, that was funny, that lad.
Off camera, good job.
Yeah, good job, lad. No, that face app's heavy. I did. I made myself look old, and I need to start drinking water or something, me, because I look rough. I'm not growing up gracefully, me, like.
Oh, old cool, someone hit me with, and I thought, yeah, I'm having that. And then he put the old one on, and I thought, you know what I look like?
Ricky Tomlinson.
No big foot in the Hendersons. No Harry. Look like Harry had a big foot in the Hendersons, and I went, Jesus tonight. But yeah, that's what, it's funny what it does to you, isn't it? And then you can turn yourself into a baby and all that.
It's crazy. But like, when you make yourself look younger on it, it looks nothing like what you look like when you were younger.
Exactly. No,
nothing at all. Nothing at all. Say like, I've only done the old one, yeah, but put the young face on our Max. Nah, it doesn't look like him. I was like, nah, that's not you. Like, I remember what you looked like when you were young. You did not look like that.
Yeah,
like,
that's it, innit?
You look like Justin Bieber.
Alright, okay, well it's that time of year anyway with the new apps, and I got my app, and the daughter's had a fine old time on it. She's been fucking doing all kinds in it, but that leads us on to our next topic, most parents' worst nightmare. So Jack, you're alright. That's why Jack's the one with the most hair in here. There's no coincidence, Jack.
Can't be school holidays.
It's 6 weeks holidays, man. Ding, ding, ding. It's the worst time. So,
well, Yeah.
We've all got kids. Jack obviously hasn't, so Jack's now been adopted by us, so now we've got to look after Jack while he's off school.
Yeah, I'll come round to Scotland for me. Waffles and beans out for me tea.
Waffles and beans. We have more than that in Poole.
It's spam.
Corned beef flats.
Corned beef,
Council meat
that's
all the fucking way. A la beef flats. Yeah, so the summer holidays have arrived, and as you know, the roads are quiet, public transport's quiet, not public tranny, Jack.
That's
Not
what
to
you
get
wrote
confused.
down.
I know, well, it was short-handed, lad, I had to learn.
I've seen you in the dress before.
No, well,
Can't be
like
true.
kneeling in between his lad playing pool. No dog involved.
Oh.
And Jack wasn't either. Yeah, so, how you finding school holidays?
It's not bad, I don't mind it, lad. My daughter just phoned me yesterday. I phoned my daughter and she went to come to yours. Like, yeah, it's fine, that's not a problem. She just come and chill with me for a few hours.
That's it.
She's just that every day if you could, lad.
Your daughter's in seniors, so she's in senior school now, so you've got a bit more of a conversational piece at the minute with your kids.
Yeah,
So.
and then it's not just that, it's because the fucking fair, there's a fair in every park now, isn't it? So it's Dad, have you got money?
Yeah.
Need money for the fair now.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, mate, go on, son. And then it's not enough. And when you give them it's not enough, it's the next day, it's like, oh, I need more money for this.
First 2 weeks of the summer holidays, it's alright, it's the last 2 weeks, that's the worst, isn't it, lads? Yeah, come on kids, we'll go around the park.
Well, no, to be honest with you, I got laid off work because I was out there plumbing again. So they laid me off, and then it was just like a week before the 6 weeks holidays, and then my girl's got a new job. So basically she just turned around to me and said, look, my ma doesn't want to be looking after them all the time because she's not too well herself, you know what I mean? So basically just a prolonged look at me and went, you're not doing nothing else, are you? And I was like, not now, no. So I thought, don't tell you what he's just doing there, but yeah, so in the end of the day, it ends up where I'm off for him now. So I promised him we'll go to swimming baths every day and I'll teach her how to swim and that because he's 6 now. So I thought we'll go in like big garden. I've got a 100-foot garden, so we're out there having little barbecues in the middle of the day and everything. So my girl gets a bit jealous when she comes home from work and I'm sitting on the sun lounging with a beer and my little lads in the swimming pool and we're all having a great time. But they're hard work as well. But if you can
You're about kids here now, or missuses, because I'm out.
No,
this shit's recorded.
The kids can be hard work, but if you can become a kid yourself for that time, you can really enjoy it.
Yeah, you just get involved.
And then if they can see that you're becoming a kid, you know what I mean?
We'll never lose your childhood soul. I'm sure there's a song in there somewhere, isn't it?
But when you have to eventually become an adult again, it's like, don't be putting that on the floor. Stop that, mate. You're causing a mess. Don't be doing this. Don't be doing that.
It was sound last week.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But then, you know, and then you've just got to turn yourself into like a little kid yourself then, and then the litter doesn't matter and the messing about doesn't matter because you end up being a kid yourself then, so you've got to transform yourself. But it's a fine line between being a friend and a dad.
Yeah,
so,
no, I get that.
So one minute I'm like, don't do that, and the next minute I'm like, yay! So my little lad must be like, is this like normal? Is this normal to have like a dad like this, or is this? But I suppose we can all be like that in a way where, you know, you change during the day, don't you? So sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're a bit more trying to be like a dad.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's a fine balance.
It's a fine balance, it is, like, yeah. But, you know, I'll enjoy the 6 weeks I've got with him. Because it doesn't come along often where you've got a good solid 6 weeks with your little lad. He's not going to be 6 forever. So for me, like, this is like a golden sign. Like, although I've got no money now because I'm out of work, but
but there's some things money can't buy.
You can't buy this time back. So
get them memories.
Exactly, mate. Yeah.
So as our only non-parents and the only one with a decent airline, how are you finding the 6 weeks? Is that any affecting you? The road's clearer for you getting to work?
Yeah, it's quiet. Like.
No, scallies running around Cressington in the morning with the lowies on and that causing havoc, tutting at people and all that palaver.
Top hats and monocles, sitting around people up with the canes and that. Nah, it's quieter. So far it's been quieter of a morning, driving into work and that, but by mine's sound anyway for that. One thing I've noticed though, over the past few, over this, so I'll do more, I don't know, so we just started, but I live in like a cul-de-sac, and the past few years it's been like dead through like the summer holidays, Easter holidays, like no kids like out. But this weather recently has brought like all the kids out in our road. Like you can't drive up it for like kids playing.
It's like Gremlins, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Like,
Gremlins, sun comes out, and all up these chimneys and everything.
But
They're washing your car without you asking them. that happens, doesn't it? Hey mate, what are you washing my car for? So you give me some money, mate, yeah? Do a favour, mate, get off my car. Do you want your house washing as well? No, get off my car, alright.
It's like, yeah, you're right, because the weather being like a lot better this year. They've all been out playing footy, you got like the little guys out with the skipping ropes and that, like even they're playing footy and that with the lads, everyone's just getting involved together in our road, and it's like, because we live in like a quiet cul-de-sac and there is no through traffic, you can just play and not have to worry about like beating it, like like messing in the road or anything like that, being scared, being run over. It's quiet, it's safe. Everybody parks on the drive, leaving enough space for the kids to play in. And I'm sitting there in the window thinking, wish me mates on myself playing with a Kirby.
Yeah.
Go back.
Kirby, mate.
You give me a bell, mate. I've only just met you, but we could become good mates.
Trying to get a spot.
British Bulldog, mate. British Bulldog.
Yes.
But that's why we bought a cul-de-sac. Because we bought a house in the cul-de-sac. It must probably foul, you know what I mean? But when we bought the cul-de-sac. Bought a cul-de-sac. We bought an house in the cul-de-sac. When I bought an house in the cul-de-sac, I was right at the bottom of the door, you know, it's dead safe. And you can just go outside and it's safe. But I find it like the opposite to what you're saying in a way, because I remember when we were kids, it was just like everyone was out in the street. And now it's just, there's the odd kids. And then the parents are always there going, come on, get back in. And then you're thinking, God, I remember like, I haven't seen like Kirby get played for about 10 years. I remember seeing it once going down there. Scotty Rollers, I've seen someone playing it.
Yeah, now they're playing Kirby with the kids, aren't they? They're throwing kids at the kids and that.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
But yeah, it's fucking, the summer by mine anyway, you've probably all seen in the newspaper anyway, Bootle's rough as toast. It's quite a rough area, so I don't let my kid out in the street really, so it's sad.
It is a shame, isn't it?
That she can't, not that she can't be trusted, I don't trust what's going on in the area for her to be out in the street, so I'm always a case of trying to take her out the house and going to families and stuff like that.
I'm sometimes not worried a bit though, see, because my daughter's been treated the same way similarly, do you know what I mean, whereas like, she hasn't been let off the leash, she's been wrapped up in cotton wool and she's been kept inside because, not because of me, but because her ma was probably worried about what might happen to her while she's out, you know what I mean, but I take the opposite stance to that, whereas like, now my daughter, she's 12 and she's not streetwise at all, and like when she's in school, now she's gone to school and that, I think it's just made their life that little bit harder by not being streetwise and, you know what I mean, so these obviously advantages for your own safety, you're doing it, but there could be disadvantages to it as well.
100%, and for me, when I had to evaluate the both situations, it's either let your kid out and run the risk of someone, look at Rhys Jones, you know what I mean, a poor kid was just doing his thing, playing football, and he was caught in the crossfire. The shooting's going on every day by my house, you know what I mean, some are reported, some aren't, so I'm looking from the area where I was brought up and grew up as a kid, and I've seen some heavy shit, and Danny, you've seen some heavy shit, so I think our viewpoint's a little bit different than our parents because we've seen stuff that people wouldn't expect you to have seen at such a young age.
Mine's not, mine's just like, if it was all on me, I'd have just let her roam and do what she wanted because that's what I was allowed to do.
Yeah, but it was a different era then, no way not that.
Yeah, it was.
Kids weren't getting shot and stabbed up all the time.
There was,
but you'd see once every couple of months, but now it's like 3-4 a day, lad, you know what I mean? Kids are now actively packing knives, they're walking the streets with knives, lad, you know what I mean? The only thing I took when I was a kid, lad, was a packet of Chewies and £3 to go and get a mackerel.
It's like, you know, there's always going to be gangs, isn't there? There's always going to be gangs.
Yeah, there was gangs,
but
when you were gangs,
I mean, people were getting killed in gangs for
we had gangs who made 3 houses and we had the Bommy gang when Bommy night coming outside gang, there's a gang of us to get together and go and rob the woodyard and stuff like that. We weren't getting together and throwing out gang signs on Facebook with balaclavas on and stuff like that.
You'd have fights on that though.
Yeah, you'd have a fight, but
you know,
lad, it's too Americanised and London was the sparking point for everything in the city, so at the moment now, modern society and popular culture, there's grime music at the minute, so at the minute we sort of had a little mainstay where rap was sort of disappearing, so people weren't influenced about that violent side of rap, but grime's come back and created that sort of local gangs life, so people are looking at that youngsters 12, 13, 14 and are seeing what Stormzy and all his boys are doing and all whoever on their game, but they have to act a certain way and that's how people automatically grow up not everyone, because Jack's a big fan of that music and Jack's not in that way inclined, but a lot of kids who aren't strong-willed or don't have that family background. So I know Jack well enough to know that he's got a good family behind him. I know yous all well enough to know that he's got a strong family behind you, you know what I mean? But there's kids out there who've got nothing from like the homes and stuff like that. So they're wrapped and warped by what society's showing them, you know what I mean?
You know, it's that thing again, anyway, belonging.
Yeah.
Kids need to belong to something.
Of course.
And whether it's this or that, and it's a dangerous world, and then, you know, there's like, with like the online bullying and all that as well, so they're inside and they're on these devices now, so you're bringing people into your life inside the house, outside the house, can't step outside.
You used to get bullied in school and finish it off for you when you went home. Now you get it home, you sat at home having a tea and kids are bullying you online.
As soon as we got into our house, that was our little haven, and that was our little place where you got your safety.
No one could get at you.
Go on, put your Superman undies on and whatever.
Exactly, mate.
Song says it all. You need to sing.
Can
you sing these Childhood Soul in a minute then? So I'm making all these little references to a song of David's called Childhood Soul. And it starts off, I'm going to wear my Superman on in it, my Superman undies, they rock. Yeah. And it's all about kids forgetting that the kids.
Yeah.
So at the moment now, my daughter, Danny, you probably went through this with your daughter, my daughter's going through the stage now where makeup's coming into the scene.
Yeah, man.
And it's the change from being that innocent young kid who just wants to get up, doesn't want to brush your teeth and brush your hair anymore, and now she's obsessed with brushing her hair, and there's a different colour lippy, makeup, nail varnish, and Katie, my missus, will be working, and I'm up in the morning, and she's like, Dad, and then she'll come down and she's put all the makeup on, and I know Katie won't say nothing, so I just like, Kate, do what you need
know,
to do.
The kids want to grow up quick, and the adults want to revert.
Yeah.
And there's no like middle ground, like the kids want to be an adult, and the adults, when they get to a certain age, thinking, I just want to be a kid again.
I was talking about this the other day, and I give a lot to go back and just be able to relive, like being like between the age like 12 and 16, 17 again.
I'd love to live that.
And just and like you get in from school, you lash your stuff in, you don't get changed, you just disappear. Then you come back in about like 9, 10 o'clock. You're out with your mates.
You don't even worry about your tea and all notifications on and everything. You're just out.
You're just going to the park, going down the prom. Like you're making games like sticks and that. You're just out having a laugh. You don't no care in the world. And then you get to like age, start going to work. You start doing your exams.
Life's watching.
Yeah, and you're like,
starts punching your
I
head
didn't
in.
know how easy being a kid was. When you're a kid, you're like, look at them adults. They've got it easy. They've got money to spend.
They don't have to go to school and that.
Yeah. I go back to school tomorrow, mate.
House of Scouse.
House of Scouse Television. House of Scouse Television.
Well, this guy has been working with us for how many years?
I've got to go 5 years now, hasn't he?
And he's never let us down once. He's always been our main man on the stage, haven't you? Hosted a few shows. No coincidence that it was the last one that we ever done. I'm teasing. Come on, David, play nice. Ladies and gentlemen. No
just
face
your
app.
face has cracked me, come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, no face app. It's David, never King.
You're alright, guys. I'm going to sing a little song here about the inner child within us all. Doesn't matter how old you get, you still got that inner child, and this is called Childhood Soul. I'm gonna wear my Thomas the Tank Engine socks. I'm gonna wear my Superman undies, they rock. Cause when I'm at home, I'm a childhood soul. And when I wear my house coat, it feels like the cloak of a hero. Run up and down the stairs, counting down to 0. It's just my childhood soul. When I go outside, turn around, shut the door and lock it. I put my outside persona in my pocket. Walk to the car, start the engine. Another day starts again. With people in work talking social politics. I'd rather be on building bridges at a Weetabix, so it's just my childhood soul. When I'm at home, I'm a childhood soul, and I can sing when I want, 'cause I'm a childhood soul. I'm just a childhood soul. Out of polystyrene I'll go make fake snow, then kiss my girl nose to nose Eskimo. 'Cause when I'm at home, I'm a childhood soul. When I'm down, I frown and I sulk, my friends all call me the Incredible Hulk. They say when I get mean I start turning green. You've got to see it to believe it, 'cause they don't know when I'm at home. Oh no, they don't know about my childhood soul. Oh no, they don't. When I'm at home, I'm a childhood soul, and I can sing when I want, 'cause I'm a childhood soul, and I won't do what I'm told, 'cause I'm a childhood soul. Oh, I'm just a childhood soul. I'm gonna wear my Thomas the Tank Engine socks. I'm gonna wear my Superman undies, they rock. 'Cause when I'm at home, I'm a childhood soul. I'm a childhood soul. Alright, cheers guys, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I've tagged them in the...
Sorry mate.
I've tagged them in the top of the video anyway, so David Neville Kingsley, the songwriter, he's there. Click, like, follow, share, get involved. Is this going to be a regular thing for us now, Dave? Are you going to see it often?
Yeah, as long as I've got petrol in my car mate, I'll be down here.
Okay, so...
We'll get down here. If you want to see me mate, I'll be here.
Right, okay, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you for all watching at home. Give us a like, give us a share, pass it all on to your friends. You've got 2 music videos to listen to. You've got David Neville King and you've got Sam Lyon. Spoiled is rotten tonight. Get on us next week, we'll have some more new singers. David will be back and we'll have some other live singers with us following on after that, so stick with us ladies and gentlemen, yeah? House of Scouse TV and ScouseCast, cracking it on. Are we back? Are we back? Yes, we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a guest. Our first guest in 2 weeks.
Our first guest in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
No, we had
oh, sorry.
We had Kev on.
Yeah, Kev last week. Sorry, Kev.
Stem cell Scouse.
You'll probably recognise her face. She's been with us a few times now on our open mic nights. A brilliant, brilliant singer and a very nice person. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sam Lyon.
Hello.
Hello, Sam.
Hello.
So, tell everyone what's been going on. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm just hectic at the moment. So I've just come back from a UK tour and had a week off or a couple of weeks off to do naff all and catch up with myself, and I'm straight back at it. So I was in London yesterday, Liverpool today.
So you had a gig in London?
Yeah, so it's just absolutely non-stop.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. So you're getting around the country now. Your name's getting out there. That's good. That's good.
So yeah, the UK tour was great. So it's my biggest one so far. I think there was sort of like 24 dates on it, I think, over the course of pretty much the whole of June, and it was the first I've done 3 tours, but this was the first one that really felt like a proper tour, and I had sold out shows and sold out all my merchandise on the first night, and it's just it was just amazing.
Brilliant.
Amazing.
So the venues you've been at, 24 did you say?
Well, yes,
24 different
I think.
venues.
Something like that.
So we're going to go straight in the deep end, which was their best venue.
Do you know what, I find this really difficult because it's so hard to place them all because they're all equally brilliant for different reasons.
Yeah.
So the London show, I played on a pirate ship, or like a big navigator ship that was like docked in London, which was just the most insane experience. But I don't know, like atmosphere-wise, I guess Chester, which was my first show, that topped the charts easily. Like the atmosphere there was just amazing. But venue-wise, you can't top a pirate ship.
No.
So it's kind of...
There's a guy who looks like me with an eye patch on my head. Sing us the next song, will you? Sing us the next song.
Doing the 1-2 on the mic.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. But you know, that's it. Sometimes something that makes you laugh can make a gig. Or a certain person can make a gig. Or like sometimes, a lot of the time it's a vibe, isn't it?
It is.
It's a vibe. Sometimes you've got like 10 people there, but the vibe's great. You'd have like 50 people. Can't feel the vibe. So it's all about the vibe that you're getting back, and sometimes it makes you play a bit better, doesn't it?
Does it affect your performance? I mean, I'm not a singer anyway, but does it affect your performance when you're like, you're performing and people at the bar talking and nobody's paying attention? Does that affect how you are?
I mean...
Like how your performance goes out? Or do you just blank it out and crack on?
I just kind of get on with it. Because I think, well, I've done it for 10-ish years now, so I kind of, if I didn't have the heart to kind of deal with it, then I'd be screwed by now, you know what I mean? So I know I just kind of, I get on with it. I just, as far as I'm concerned, it's my job at the end of the day, and so...
It's nice to have that mindset as well, you see, where you can drive forward in that passion.
Yeah.
Nothing can get in your way. You're loving it too much.
The thing is, as well, I think you always, no matter where you play, there's always going to be at least 1 or 2 people listening. Even in a big rowdy crowd, there's always going to be someone there that appreciates music, and you kind of end up spending the whole gig just kind of doing it for them, which is equally as nice.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, but I remember I was at the Baltic Social playing a few myself. And you come in, it's the first time I ever seen you. It must have been about 5 years ago, 4 years ago. So you must have been young then. But I remember, like, you got up and I was like, wow, who's this? But then at the same time, it was very close, about 3 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. Because I remember coming over to your mum. Was it your mum sitting there?
Oh no, sorry, it was my friend's mum.
It was your friend's mum, and I come over, and because my brother just passed away, and you are the spit of my brother's daughter, who he's only met twice, which is quite heartbreaking in itself. But then when you're sitting there, because I'd never met her, but I'd seen pictures of her, I actually asked her to come over, and I thought that you were actually my brother's daughter. Wow. And I thought she must be around the same age, which was weird. But when you started singing on your guitar, because I was thinking about my brother, I had a bit of a tear, like I must admit. I was like, because it was such a beautiful voice as well, and then thinking of, took me back to, you know, my brother and all that, and then I was just like, and I've come over to your mate's mum, didn't I? And I was like, what's your name? And then I was like, oh, so sorry, you're not my brother's kid. And like, she like looked at me going, how do you not know your brother's kid is? Like, you weirdo, go away. So I was like, I don't want to look weird, but, you know, I might be your Uncle Dave. I just thought, you know, it just sounds so strange. Then your mate's mum just looked at me and went, yeah, okay, bye then. And I went, yeah, bye then. It's like great performance, but yeah, it got me a bit emotional, to be honest.
Oh, we got there in the end.
So the first time I ever seen you play, I got a bit of a tear.
Aww.
So that's
nearly scared it off at the same time.
Sam was alright, but it makes me, I was like, bloody hell, sometimes they got rolled to the door.
Just on the phone.
It makes mum have one hand on the fire
Cheeky
extinguisher.
iPhone.
It makes mum have one hand on the fire extinguisher and he's a batting me up the end of it. But, yeah, but I remember that one, yeah, the Baltic Triangle, wasn't it?
That's right, that's
It's
right.
a lovely little venue, that.
It was, but
Yeah,
I
it's like
believe
rustic,
it
innit?
stopped kind of a few weeks after, I believe, so.
Yeah, it did stop,
It was
didn't
just
it?
Is that another open mic night going down the Swanee?
Do you know what it was? Because I got to host it the week before it jumped.
Yeah, that was it.
Didn't you host our last Rocker in the River as well?
Oh, you're hosting the last Rock in the River, yeah.
Hey, what's
Hey,
the
do you
saying
know
about
what?
this podcast, lad? We say
Oh yeah, this is going to be the end of it.
Anyway, it's not all about, this isn't all about me, this section, so I'm just going to pass it back over to
Kingy
Sam.
the killer.
But all I'll say though, Sam, is I watched a very epic music video of yours.
Oh, was this the one in the cathedral?
Oh man, how epic can you get?
Oh, it's very diva-esque.
It's not like partnership. No partnership, that is it? It's like a massive bloody big cathedral and all violinists.
Yeah, and a big gold
I was like,
dress.
wow.
Honestly,
Yeah,
so
gold
such a
dress,
video.
very diva,
I
wasn't it?
know. Well, the thing is, it looks really glamorous, but it was anything but. The behind the scenes. So I had this big glittery, like slim gold dress on, looking like Whitney Houston or something like that. But so I had big pegs all the way down it to keep me in it, and to get because we had the camera set up at the perfect angle to try and get everybody in because there were so many of us. And obviously I'm really little, so I had to kind of be on the same level as everyone else because we had windows behind us, we couldn't get too much light in and stuff like that. Yeah. But I was too little, so I had to stand on a tin of paint to make me higher. So it was on like a really cobbled floor, so I was, if you watch the video, I'm like really still and I can't move because if I move a little bit, the paint wobbles on the cobbles.
There's loads of like hands and arm movements, but no leg movements.
And that's exactly, I'm like...
Like the fairy on top of a Christmas tree. Not that they move, but it's like...
Have you been seeing David's performances, have you? I mean, in the gold dress standing on paint.
It's informed me really, mate.
Wait till we can finish this podcast later.
So you used to ever performed, I know you performed the same night, but have you performed together?
No,
that'd be something that would work well, I think.
We could do in the future, but I mean, we could do in the future.
I'm not going to throw you on the spot tonight and go, come on, dance.
No, we could write something down. If, like as I say, with this production stuff I've got as well, I want to produce stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so if I get into that, because I've tried, but it's like an art form production.
Yeah.
I know what I want to hear, and I know how to get it on, like say, onto the tracks. But then
the technology in between.
It's the technology.
It's like,
the technology
learning
in
to
between.
paint, isn't it? You can have an image in your mind, but actually trying to paint something is just it just
try
looks
and
like
get
a
it down.
good stuff. So I imagine it's exactly the same thing.
But the image is there, and I'm, like you know, I can play music and put like you know violins down, all the rest of it. I can make it what my vision is, but then it's just all stuff like
polishing it off, isn't it? That's kind of
it's like getting the mix, and then it's like not just the mix, it's like compression and getting it radio quality, and then all these little things come in, and because they're like polluting my thoughts, it's not creative anymore to me. My creative process stops when I stop writing the song and singing it, and then here's another hurdle. It's like the production of it becomes a bigger thing again. But as I say, you know, it'd be nice like to like get something down, write something together or whatever. But you know, you're a very busy girl as well.
There's like the shittest game, blind date, isn't it?
Yeah.
Blind dating.
I'm like on the couch doing nothing like that. Summer holidays, just texting Sam. Do you want to get together and create that song like she's like on a yacht somewhere filmed on... Oh, here's Dave again. Sorry guys, can we cut filming because...
Singing on a submarine in Wales.
I know Dave's very busy as well, I'll have to pick this phone.
Hey Sam, it's Uncle Dave.
There's me with... And then there's me... I know, get Uncle Dave, there's me with like a packet of Pringles. Alright Sam. As you get him, yeah, you're okay. As the speedboats go past and the film crew are telling you what to do, you know what I mean? But you know, it's like, yeah. I went into one then, sorry, go on Sam, back to Sam.
So anyway, Sam, and we're not talking about washing pegs and tin paints. So what's the future hold for you? What's your ambition? Realistic ambition? I know a lot of people say I want to be number one in the chart, and I'm not saying that you can't be number one in the charts, but what's your target now? What's 2020's target for Sam Lyon?
I don't know, do you know what? I think about this all the time and I feel like it changes quite often. Depending on what I'm working on and kind of where things kind of take me anyway, it always changes. Like obviously I would love to be number one in the charts and that's an underlying kind of thing that I'd aspire to, but that's also very out of reach and I'm aware of that. So
it's not out of reach, you just need to find the right people. That's what it is, you know yourself as a musician.
Well, look at this little Nas X who wrote a song. I read the story. He wrote his Old Town Road song with his sisters over like.
I'm gonna take my heart down Old Town Road.
And he said he needed something catchy. He said he needed something short, and he needed something that was going to stick in people's minds. And he's the longest number one in the history. 17 weeks at number one, more than anybody else. And he said he knew he made that song to be a number one. Not necessarily because that was the song he wanted to make. He knew he needed to make something which was going to help him become a success, and then he could then go on and make.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned this because I think there's two different types of songwriters. Now, there's songwriters who can sit down and whatever comes to them and from the heart and from the head, and they can sit there and do something personal. That ain't necessarily the way forward, because although you think it's a great song and people around like, oh, that's brilliant, that song. But then there's other writers who go, okay, there's a system. There's a system to writing songs. There's certain words you've got to use.
Well, I can put testament to that because I'm not a musician. I can't play an instrument to save my life. Give me something computer and techie on your man. But musically wise, I can't sing, I can't play an instrument. But I write quite a lot. I've got about 100 odd songs, half written, 3/4 written. Now, to me, I know what the lyrics mean, but I don't know whether a beat would work. You know, I don't hear beat sound or not. And I'm more like a pop, not poetry, but it's more pop poetry or rap poetry or whatever way I do about it. But I wouldn't know whether it's a right song or wrong song, but I just write down what I feel. Yeah. But my way of doing it to yours, to Sam's.
How would you write the song, Sam? Are you from instinct?
Do you know what?
Or do you think about it and go, oh, I'm going to think about this in a different angle?
I always write about how I'm feeling and things that have happened to me. And I think it depends how you go about it, I think.
It's the most honest way, so it should be really the most sellable way, because you're investing in a person in that song.
Yeah.
So when someone comes, oh, you're Sam's song, they're investing in you as well.
Well,
it's
that's
not just
it. And
a perfectly structured song. Investing in a person.
There's so much, I think so many people kind of, when they make it, they end up going so commercial and it's not them as such anymore. And I think if you can kind of have the best of both worlds and write something that is yours, but at the same time, I guess people can have their own messages within it as well. You know, people can listen to it and put their own experiences towards it.
I agree.
Just very
I think
at
the moment now,
the way forward.
I think for independent singer-songwriters at the moment, there's no better time to be out. If you look at, you've got Lewis Capaldi at the moment. Lewis is doing really well. There's a guy, Jerry Cinnamons, who's got no record label whatsoever. He's selling out 40,000 seater stadiums. There's ways and means out there.
We went to watch Newton Faulkner recently. And he's also the same, he's all completely independent, but this gig was just
Lack of a dreads. I don't know if he's still got them. Last time I seen him, he had dreads.
Well, I think he's got a little bit.
I went to see him in the O2 last year in Liverpool.
Where did we see him? I think it was Manchester we saw him recently, but yes, completely full, but he was just saying at the end of the gig, he just shushed everybody and got everyone quiet, and he just said, I'm an independent artist, and he said, all of you being here is what keeps me going, because I don't have a label to fund my albums or my tours. He said everything is myself, is done myself, I do everything myself. There's not a team of people that work and do everything. And he was saying, he basically ordered everyone in the audience to support live music a lot more. He said it's a dying trade in a way, because everything's falling apart a little bit with everything online. And he said the specialness of going to a gig and witnessing it is second to none, and people should really appreciate that. And it's true, it's true, but it is hard. It's getting very, very hard. Yeah.
So do you think could you when you were standing there, could you hear him speak to you personally?
He was
with them words of personal. Where you
he was a very, very approachable kind of person.
Yeah. He stops and interacts throughout the gig, doesn't he? He'll stop mid-song and then ask someone a question and then randomly just go back in and he'll tell you a story about his son. My son's 3 and then he'll just go back into like his number one or like a song he's just had, you know what I mean?
But that's what makes it, I think that's why you fall in love with him.
Yeah, you can tell musical instruments. Good job you can't see him on camera.
Yeah, it's funny because when you go and watch a performer, you're not watching a robot anymore, are you? You're not like, it's not like an app or something like that. This is like a real person with real feelings, putting himself on the line or putting herself on the line in front of all these people with all this emotion.
I think it's important.
And that's what people, that's why I think people are investing in the person almost equally as the music.
Well,
in ways,
like you just
when you invest in an artist, you invest in a person equally to the music. It's a strange thing. If someone's not liked and even like the best songs in the world, they're never going to hit on number one because no one likes them. It's like if Boris Johnson made a song now, well, sorry, Sam, we're getting political here. Or you just imagining Boris Johnson with a guitar? Or have you seen that before? Haven't we? It all went wrong, didn't it? Not the capo. Was that someone else? No, it was Boris Johnson with the capo. I'd like to hear a song for him.
The song wasn't even a capo, was it? That upside down.
Yeah. And he stuck it on and posed with him. Oh, funny.
Right, so shall we have some music then?
Yeah.
I reckon what we'll do is we'll have a little song or two from Sam. I keep looking at the camera like people can see me. I don't even know why I'm hiding it at the best time. So we're going from Bojo. Now we're going to go to Sam Lyon. What are you going to sing for us?
Ooh, let's have a think. Do you know what? I'll do my latest single.
Right, okay.
So this is called It's a Beautiful Life.
Okay, so what we're going to do, Sam's going to set up. We're going to press a magical pause and then we'll set up again. Before you know it, Sam will be sat down with a guitar.
House of Scouse.
House of Scouse.
House of Scouse Television. House of Scouse Television.
ladies and gentlemen at home, here we are with our first live guest tonight. We have the very talented Sam Lyon. She's had a little chat with us, which you'll be able to see tomorrow. We'll get that up live tomorrow for you. But while we're here, let's crack on. So Sam, what are you going to sing for us?
So I'm going to sing my brand new single, It's a Beautiful Life.
Right, okay, ladies and gentlemen, so where's Sam Lyon with their new single, It's a Beautiful Life, on ScouseCast, HOS TV.
It's a beautiful life, won't you come around and take what you need from me? It's a beautiful life, but the way that your eyes says you're running away from me. Oh, oh, oh. It's a beautiful life, won't you let them inside show the world what they need to see? It's a beautiful life, won't you come around and be who you need to be? Oh, oh, oh. Is this hate or masquerade? And you ain't a villain in disguise. This ain't a circus. This is just a beautiful life. Today is the dark, but tomorrow's an open door of light. This is a circle. This is just a beautiful life. It's a beautiful life. Won't you let them inside show the world what they need to see? It's a beautiful life. Won't you come around and be who you need to be? Oh, 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 oh. 'Cause this ain't a masquerade, and you ain't a villain in disguise. This ain't a circus. This is just a beautiful life. Today is the dark, but tomorrow's an open door of light. This is a circle. This is just a beautiful life. Oh, oh, this ain't a masquerade, and you ain't a villain in disguise. This ain't a circus. This is just a beautiful life. Today is the dark, but tomorrow's an open door of light. This is a circle. This is just a beautiful life. You are a king. Oh, you're a queen in my eyes. See for yourself. 'Cause this is just a beautiful life. You are a poem. Oh, you're a love story brought to life. It's like a dream. It is just a beautiful life.
Wow. Wow. Oh, we started crying. Nearly started crying then.
That's like a film song. It's like a song that'll be good on a film. You know what I mean? But what it reminds me of, like Twilight. I was watching Twilight last night, and that song would sort of fit with it, I think. You know what I mean?
I was obsessed with Twilight when it came out.
Yeah.
Wow,
Oh,
ladies
thank
and
you.
gentlemen, everyone watching, her name's tagged in the video. I highly, highly recommend you go and follow this girl. Over the next couple of years, if we can't support singers and talent like this, then we might as well just all fucking give up listening to music. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. We had a conversation which you'll be able to see where we discussed about music and supporting local music. Yourself, brilliant, and we've got another guy coming up next, David. Two of the best singers who you'll probably hear around, just completely different styles, but two of the nicest people and two of the best singers you'll hear about. So stick with us, follow everyone, come on, follow them. We've tagged Sam in the page, and in the comment section we'll put all of the links. and Sam will kindly provide us with some dates that you've got coming up for any local gigs as well. So
Yeah,
we will plug Sam's music high and wide all around the city, but ladies and gentlemen, follow, like House of Scouse TV. See you soon.
House of Scouse.
House of Scouse.
House of Scouse Television.
House of Scouse Television.